judges, teachers, parents, and fellow students. My name is Julian Piezas of St. Joseph the Worker. I'm 12 and I will be speaking about our elderly or seniors and how they must be treated. I am very blessed to still have my grandparents around. Back when I was still in my home country, we used to have Sunday lunches with them. We spent many summers out of town or traveling out of the country with them. We used to have grand celebrations together during all occasions like birthdays, anniversaries, Easter, Christmas, and New Year's Eve. They have a very strong presence in our lives. Even in their 80s, they continue to support, guide, pray, and care for us. And to a point, they spoil us grandchildren. But we, the young ones, do our part by adding joy to their lives with our presence, our hugs, and our kisses. I was so sad when we had to migrate and leave them behind, but Canadian life seems to be the call for our family. A senior citizen is a polite term for the elderly. They're the bracket of society that fall under the age of 65 or older, who are usually retired or pensioners. As such, they either have a lot of time and money on their hands, yet there are those who are poor and are dependent on those who care for them. Being old, they have a lot of physical weaknesses and many health issues. They are slow in moving, hard in hearing and seeing, and have memories that are no longer as sharp. However, these same seniors have an advantage over all of us, and that is having a rich collection of experiences that have given them wisdom. They have witnessed many wars, changes in government, improvements in technology, and have personally undergone many ups and downs that have made them wiser and emotionally and spiritually stronger. They have spent many selfless years caring for their children and grandchildren, and because of this, they should be treated with much respect, sought for advice, and looked up to for their example. It is the obligation of the young ones to take care of them. Back in my home country, the Philippines, this is how we ideally treat our elderly. Retirement homes are not very popular because the old people are cared for by family members. They live with their children and are part of their everyday lives. Sadly, the elderly is not treated the way they should be in other parts of the world and in other cultures. Because of the busyness of people's lives, the need to earn a living, family members put their seniors in elderly homes. The old are left to be cared for by paid caregivers who cannot be expected to give them personalized attention. Their hectic lifestyles keep them from making regular visits to express their love for them, to give them much needed touch and a willing ear to listen to their concerns. There are also elders who are just left to fend for themselves. Thus, we see a lot of them in their motorized scooters or wheelchairs, going about doing their own errands, like shopping, going to church, or to doctor's appointments, all by themselves. Have you ever wondered how the elderly are really treated? Elderly abuse is also a major issue in the world. The old are taken advantage of in many ways because of their physical weaknesses. Their savings are sometimes taken from them by force or by deceit. Those who are unable to complain are physically abused, neglected, and abandoned. Did you know the elderly have the highest suicide rate because of depression? Here in Canada, there are laws being pushed to allow those who have degenerative diseases wish to die to do so. I believe that assisted suicide is a form of elderly abuse. God has a purpose for suffering, and it is our duty to give them moral and spiritual support to help them bear their sufferings instead of helping them commit a sin by ending their lives, which they do not even own in the first place. There is a wise quote by Dr. Robert Goddard saying, "Resolve to be compassionate with the aged and tolerant with the weak." Sometime in your life, you will have been one of these. It is a reminder that we will all one day be old, and that we should treat our seniors the way we want to be treated when we get to that age. Thank you and have a great afternoon.